I have to assume that you clicked on this video accidentally. We were actually interested. Amazing. But I still have to ask you to click off this video. Why? Well, because you're not going to understand anything that I want to talk about. But like, since you're interested, you can watch this video right here. You know, this video will give you the context of everything that I'm going to talk about here, and like you will find the link to the video at that corner, somewhere in that corner. Just look for it. It's going to be there. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and watch that video for the context, of course. Welcome back. I am going to assume that you watched that video. So yeah, let's begin now. Hi, how are you? Fine, thank you. I am the ridiculous one, and I welcome you to the very third episode of Talk is Cheap, so talking shit. Yeah. Okay, so you may think that I'm in a good mood right now, but for the past several days I was not in a good mood because let's just go back and like see what happened. Yeah, a lot of things happened, of course, but like I'm gonna like this video is basically about the update on what happened on the day 24 May 2026 when I did Teen Rebellion 2.0. A lot of things happened, of course, but for the past several days were hard. I tried to make this video a bunch of times, but like I did not feel like making the video, and also there were some other technical difficulties. So yeah, but like today it was like the perfect opportunity, and like perfect like everything was perfect today. So I'm like, let's do this video today. Like, let's just get it over with because I have some other ideas that I want to put out there. Some more videos that I want to make. So yeah, let's just get this one done, right? So about the Teen Rebellion 2.0. So as I mentioned in the last video, uh, I'm gonna do another Teen Rebellion. The first one I did in 2024, and this second one I just did last month in May 24 May 2026. Well, okay, so now let's just get to the point. How did things go? What happened after I told my dad that I want to drop out of college? Actually, that's not what I said. I did not use the term dropout. I said that I want to quit college. Okay, somehow quitting college is better than dropout. Okay, just that's how it is. So, by the way, just so you know, this conversation that I had with my dad, I don't remember much of it. I only remember like bits and pieces. And like I'm gonna tell you as much as I can remember. Okay, it's not like I made notes when this conversation was happening, and I did not have the chance to record this conversation, right? So of course, but like I'm gonna tell you like the things as much as I can remember. Okay, so yeah. It was 9 p.m. on 24 May 2026, and my dad here, he's sitting on the dining table. So like he's sitting, right, and he's drinking his milk, very hot milk with some Bonvita in it. Don't ask me why, just as he was okay at 9 p.m. and like he prefers it that way. So and like I'm like on the other side. I'm not sitting on the chair. No, I was behind the chair and I was standing, and like I was sort of leaning on the chair, you know. So like I was leaning on the chair, but like I was not really sitting on the chair, and I was like literally in front of him. Now I'm not really talking to dad, but like dad was like just drinking his milk, minding his own business, and he was like on his mind. And then like because I was in front of him, right? So he was like, let's. So he was like, he thought to myself like, let's just talk something to my son, right? And so he like, by the way, as I was standing here, I was actually getting cold feet. If you don't know what cold feet means, I literally just means that I was feeling like I don't want to do this right now. Like I was literally there to talk about this whole thing that I have to talk about, and I'm getting cold feet now, like right before the moment. And I'm like, maybe I should just back down. Maybe I should just don't do, shouldn't do it today. Let's do it tomorrow or some shit. Let's procrastinate. But like, well, it was important, so I had to do something, right? So as he thought to himself, okay, my son is standing in front of me. Let's talk to him. And the thing that he talks about, what do you think he talks about? He talks about my college fees. So just so you know, for the context, the college fees should have been deposited, like in the last date was 31st May 2026. And like about that, he was just sort of inquiring about that from me, like about the college fees. And I was like, yeah, dad, about that, I want to talk to you about that, something. So I pulled out the chair, I sat down, and I like just like, it's time to have a manly talk, right? So like I just braced myself inside my mind. I'm like, let's do it. So I tell him that, dad, I got a job opportunity, I applied for it, and they hired me. So it takes him a second to understand what I just said, because wait, this child is, he just got a job. That's unbelievable, right? Because like he does not really think highly of me, you know. But like he loves me, of course. But yeah, like I said, he does not really think that highly of me. So like, wait, he is sort of like understood the situation. What's what I just said. So then he goes, okay, okay, so basically, I just tell him about the job, what the job is, how they hired me, how they basically like what was the process and what's the salary, and so he was like, okay, so, and I'm thinking to myself, what do you mean, okay, so, because like I have to do this job, but I don't want to do the college. That's what this is about. So I'm like, well, it's a full time job, and I can't do college alongside this job. And he goes like, so what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that you want to quit your studies and do this job? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. By the way, he's thinking, and then my mom, who's got like really sharp ears, she just heard it from like a mile away, and she's like, wait, what's happening? What's happening? Did he just? He didn't just say what I think he did, right? And like my dad, like my mom is just freaking out of like what she heard. She did not heard anything wrong, of course not, but yeah. So my dad tells her to chill out, and like I'm gonna take care of this, so chill out. So my mom went to the kitchen, but then only a few minutes later she came back because she needs to be part of this conversation. So my dad was here, my mom, me, I was sitting here, and my mom was sitting here at the end of the diner table, you know. So my dad, me, and my mom here. So that was the scene, and like in this area, like this is like the wall. Okay, like you guys are like watching everything from the wall. Basically, there was a wall here. So okay, so now you know. So yeah, as it happened, when I told him that I want to quit my studies and do this job, so like his main two concerns were like he had like two concerns. The first one was salary. So just so you know, the salary for this job is like as much as an average man makes in India. Okay, that's the salary. Like the average salary of a man in India, that's about that much is the salary of this job. That's like the biggest problem here, because I don't know why. Because it's good enough. Because like from the way I see it, I'm just starting out. You know, like this is my first job, and like if this is my first job, so this is like good enough. Actually, this is pretty decent salary. It's not a lot, of course, but it's actually like pretty good. It's not that bad, you know. But like he's not really looking at that fact. He's just like, yeah, if the salary was three times of what you're getting right now, I could have considered it, but like it's too low. So I'm like, okay, what the hell. His second concern was, okay, let's say that you quit your studies in the college, you quit college, okay, and you do this job, but like 1 or 2 months later, they fire you. What happens then? Because then you will be just wrong, right? Because you're not studying for a degree, but and you're not even doing a job, so like you are unemployed basically. So what then, right? That's what that was his concern. So like I tried to like tell him, explain him that why I think that this is better than doing this degree, because like first I'm gonna get some experience on this job, and like even if the salary is low, because I'm gonna get some experience, eventually I will get paid more than what I'm gonna get paid right now. So of course it's not like I'm gonna stay on this much forever. It's not like that. And I'm gonna get some experience, of course. So I'm gonna like grow basically. So like this job that I'm getting right now, it's just like the best option to like to make choice. Like this is the best choice to make. And like actually he is not really listening to what I'm saying. He does not really care, because what I'm doing right now is basically going against his beliefs. Okay, because he believes that a degree is like the most important if you want to get a job. Okay, without a degree, you cannot get a job. So I tell him that the reason why I think that this doing this job is the best for my career, for my future, and like this will give me some experience. I will be able to build my portfolio here better, and like it will do me like. And of course, because AI is coming, there's going to be an AI revolution, and the degree that I'm pursuing, like I'm studying in that college, they are not really talking about the newest latest AI tools, which are most likely going to be like changing this whole industry. So like they're not talking about that. They're just doing like the syllabus of like 5 years ago, 5 years, 6 years ago, because like it's been like 4 years since ChatGPT came out, and after that we saw an AI revolution. A lot of AI tools came out after that, and before that we were like literally just doing some manual work on the softwares. Okay, it was all manual on the softwares. So like a lot of things have changed since then, and like they're still doing that 5 years ago syllabus in that degree, and I'm like it's a waste of time. But dad does not care about that. Okay, so like dad goes like, okay, what about the money that has already been spent on you? Like you went to this college for a year and you spent a year, you have 2 more years to do. Why not just do 2 more years? Like what's the problem there? And I don't have an answer for that. So like the reason is because, look, here's the thing. 2 years ago my dad asked, like 2 years ago when I was doing that Teen Rebellion 1.0, there was a point where like my dad like just really just seriously just asked me like, what is it that you really want to do? And I tell him that like my dream, sort of like I did not exactly told him my dream, but like sort of what I wanted to do, like the path that I'm gonna chase. And just so you know, it's something that is really like gonna take me uh, physically, like physical, like I really need to be strong, muscular sort of thing, you know, like strong, basically physically strong to be able to do this, whatever this is. So you have a little hint. Okay, you can try to figure out uh, what my dream could be in the comments if you want to. Actually, you know what? Nobody else is gonna watch this video either way. So like, we do whatever you want. So for those who want to guess my dream, they can write down in the comment if you are watching this video, because most likely nobody's watching this video. So yeah, so when I told him about my dream, so after that 2 years have passed, and he thinks that I have forgotten about my dream, that I have just let it go. Of course that did not happen, but I just thought like, let's keep it that way. Let's let him think that I've forgotten about that dream, that I've let it go, and I'm not chasing that dream anymore. So I'm quite, because it all comes down to my dream. why do I not want to do 2 more years in this college? It's because of that same reason, my dream, and it will be too late for me. Basically, like there's a time limit, and I want to start early as possible. And yeah, this is it. So I'm quiet, and then he goes like, okay, well, like if you are like so much like you want to do this job, if you so much want to do this job, you can try doing part time. Okay, why not like just go ask the person who hired you, ask him that if like it would be possible to do part time job. And yeah, I tell him that it's not, they are not hiring part timers, they need full timers for this job. And yes, then we have a conflict. Okay, now, so good. Dad, like the anger, the angry. My dad gets angry really quick, and that anger has started to rise. Because I'm going against his beliefs, right? So yeah, the anger bar is rising little by little. Okay, so like my dad basically asked me, "How did you come to this?" Okay, how did you come to this? How did it like cross your mind to do this? How did you how did this happen? Basically, he just basically asked me that, and I tell him that basically I'm just really worried about my career, and I researched a lot, researched on the internet, of course, and basically I just came to this conclusion that doing something like this would be more beneficial for my career in the future. And like he's like, okay, so like I was like, okay, so like what is it gonna do, you know and I tell him that, like 2 3 years later, when my other classmates who just got out of college, when they will be out there looking for jobs, and they will settle on a minimum wage job, I will be miles ahead of them by that time. And so, like, my mom, by the way, is also sitting there, you know. So, like, my mom goes that, so does that mean that all of those other classmates of yours they're stupid that they're spending all this money on this college degree and going to this college doing these classes? Are they stupid for doing that? And I'm like, yeah, they're stupid. They're stupid. Okay, they don't know what they're doing. They don't really know where they're going. Where they are going, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know like anything. Okay, they're just there. They're just existing. That's how it is with them. So like, look, that's just what I have seen. Okay, there are some students who are actually like serious about their future, and they sort of have a plan in their head. But like my plan is different because I am the ridiculous one and I make ridiculous plans. So yeah. So then my dad is telling me about his experience that he had this old job and he retired from it after doing it for like 18 years. And then around that time when he retired from that job, I was about like 10 11 years old. So of course he needs to get a new job because he has to raise us, right? And yeah, it's important. So he gets a new job, and like right now he's doing that job just fine, and he has gotten to a point where he's like respectable in the in the in the neighborhood and everywhere, so there's respect, and there's some perks to this job, of course. So, and by the way, this home that we are living in, he built this home because he had this job. So he got this job all because he had a degree. Okay, so of course, I mean, it totally makes sense because had a degree, so he got this job after retiring from his old job, right? So that's his experience, right? Now I tell him that, like, my industry is different, like the industry I'm working in is different, and clients here, they don't care about if I have a degree, if I have a college degree. They don't care about that. What they care about, if I can bring results, if I can like do something good for their business, if I can make them more money, they will hire me because I'm solving a big problem for them. So they'll hire me. That's how it works in this industry where I'm working in. And if I have a degree, okay, good, but we care about the results. Okay, we care about what you can do. So we don't care about your degree. That's how it is in the industry that I'm working in. My dad's anger bar is rising little more, and then he's getting more angry, right? Because I'm going against his belief systems, right? Like everything he believes, I'm just going against all of that. I have my own theories about things here, right? And then he was like, okay, here's the thing. I don't care about any of that. Okay, I don't want any more stress. I don't want to worry about your future anymore. Okay, I don't want to do that. You were in that college. You have spent like the last 1 year in that college, and I've been stress free since all for all this time. And now that you come here and you tell me that you want to quit your studies because of this stupid average salary job, no, I don't want any of that. Okay, I don't want any more stress for you. Okay, I worry about your future a lot, and I don't want any more of this. Okay, I cannot take it anymore. I just want you to keep doing what you have been doing for the last 1 year, and just get out. Okay, get out of it. That's what he sort of said to me. And then so I just like had to pull out a card, because like after he said this to me, I had to just somehow pull out a card, which is the degree that I'm doing is useless. Okay, it does not really help me grow in any way or anything. So I think that this job that I can do is gonna give me a lot. I can learn a lot more here than I'm gonna do at college. And like, yeah, this sort of like kept the conversation going. And so when I said that, his anger bar just got a little higher, a little more higher. And then he got pissed, but he does not really care what I think, what I'm saying. He does not care about any of that, because he thinks that I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've never been out there in the real world and I've never seen how things work. And he has been out there in the living world. He has done the job, and he has traveled to so many places, and he knows a lot of stuff. I respect that. I totally respect that. But like he is not listening to me. That's how it is. So like he tells me, so the person who hired you, yeah, so just ask him right now to put this much money on the table right now. And the number that he asked me, and the number that he said, it was 20 times the salary. Okay, so like 20 times more money than the salary. That's how much money he asked me to ask the person who hired me to put it on the table right now at the moment. And I know that I haven't, like, there's no credibility here, and I cannot ask him right now. It's completely like it's a useless thing. Okay, to ask him. I'm never gonna do that. So I know, and yeah, he's not. I know that even if I were to ask him to, no, he's not gonna do it. So I know that he's not gonna do it. So I tell him that he's not gonna do it. No, and he goes, "Oh, he's not gonna do it. Then you're doing this degree of yours. End of conversation. Get out." What just happened here? Seriously. I tell him that no, you cannot just end the conversation here, because like I just give him some reason, and then yeah, I just had to somehow keep the conversation going, because like if you just end the conversation there, there's no room for negotiation anymore. So at least I have to keep the conversation going, and the conversation just keeps going, right? So then a point comes where he lays some wisdom on me. Okay, something that he has experienced every day in his life. And like he tells me that if you think that things will go in a way that you want them to, they won't. Things will never go your way. Okay. And I tell him that yes, I completely agree with you, but I think that yes, like if things don't go of the way that if things don't go the way you expected them to go, and they just go in a whole new direction, just adapt to that new direction, adapt to the situation of what has happened, and just keep going, keep moving forward. That's how we do it. and like he took it the wrong way, because like I was telling him about like what I think, what I believe, and like he's like he thinks that like uh, trying to teach his father that that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to teach my father. That's what, and yes, he took it like that I'm disrespecting him. That's what it means. Trying to teach your father, trying to teach your father. That's what it means. You're disrespecting him. That's what it is. I mean, yeah, I totally understand. It is just disrespectful to teach your father, but I was not trying to teach my father anything. I was just telling what my beliefs are, right? So like it's like I'm trying to make myself look good here, seriously, right? Like I'm just trying to tell you guys that I was on the good side and my dad was on the bad side. No, that's not how it is. Of course not. My dad and like me, we see things differently, of course. There is no good or bad here. It's just how we think we do things, right? We have like our own systems of doing things. So there's no good and bad here, okay? Just know that. So then my dad is like a little like this, thinking of what he can possibly say to get me out of here and and keep me doing this degree, right? He's thinking, and like my mom, let's not forget my mom. My mom has always been here. We were like just mostly ignoring her, okay, because sort of like it's a manly talk, okay. So the let's not involve my mom, but like also my mom has a say in it too, because she also cares about my future. So she was like, okay, you know what, like my dad, she tells my dad that just let him do whatever he wants. He did it like 2 years ago. He did the same thing. 2 years later, he's here doing the same thing again. Just let him do whatever he wants. And then he goes that like he can't do anything. Okay, he cannot do anything. So like he seriously just told my mom, like he just looked my mom in the eye, and he told my mom that he cannot do anything. He's not capable of doing anything. Okay, he's just impotent. He cannot achieve anything. Okay, and like I'm sitting here looking my dad toward my mom. I'm looking at my dad telling these words to my mom, and I'm thinking to myself like I get hurt a little, okay, a little bit, but then I reminded myself that what he thinks does not matter. If he thinks that I cannot do something, let him think it. Let him let him think that way. Okay, let's just keep it that way, because I know that I can do something. I know what I'm capable of, and it's just his opinion. It does not matter about what he thinks of me. I mean, it matters because I seek his approval. I want him to say to me that he's proud of me, because he's never done that. And yeah, it matters. But like right now, if he says that he does not think that I'm capable of anything, okay, fine. You win there. Maybe I'm not. Let him just keep thinking that way, because I know I believe in myself. I can do it. I can pull this off. So yeah. Then I'm like sitting here, but I got hurt a little bit, because it's my dad. I would just not believing in me. So like it was hard. By the way, if you have seen the Teen Rebellion video, right? That one video, this one video right here. If you've seen, so like I told you, like in this video, like every time my dad and I in 2024, every time we had this conversation, I always ended up crying like a little bitch. Yeah, this was really hard, because like I've been afraid of my dad, but like even if he's like as a kid he used to beat me, right? But so that's why I cried like a little, like a little bitch. But this time, right now, he's not even beating me. But it's just like I'm so much traumatized by my dad that when he gets angry and he's just looking at me and he's just saying all these things to me, I cannot handle it. I just start crying. And even right now, I'm getting all that trauma back, right? And I'm like so close to crying, and like some tears do actually flow down here. And yeah, so like my dad's anger bar has like raised a lot now, and he's like super angry. But of course, yeah, he's rational. He's a rational person, so he's approaching this conversation with logic, right? So yeah, he's not gonna beat me. He's not gonna let his emotions beat the shit out of me. Yeah, of course. So, like, then a point comes in the conversation where I have to tell him what this whole thing is about. My dream, of course. So, like, which my dad thought that I had forgotten about. Right? Like, I had let my dream go, and I'm just moving forward with my daily life. Right? No, it never happened. I never let my dream go. So yeah, I have to just. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have to tell him that. So here I am. So like, Dad, let me tell you something. 2 years ago, you seriously asked me, like really just asked me that, what is it that I really want to do? And I told you what I really wanted to do. And like, I still am chasing that. I still believe that I can do it. I every day I live with this delusion in my mind that I can do it and it's achievable and it's gonna happen one day. And this is all that this is about. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that. So, so like at this point when I tell them, and then he gets reminded of what I was talking about. So he realizes that I still haven't let this thing go, this dream of mine, and he just remembers, okay, oh, that that shit. So like he's just like seriously like tells me that like whatever this thing that you have in your head, forget it, forget it. Like I'm telling you, forget it. And me being me, of course, I told him that. By the way, while I told him this, I stuttered. I stuttered really hard. I just so I told him that I have lived with this dream for so long, and it's just impossible to forget this dream. I cannot let this go. It's not. It cannot happen. I can't do it. So like yeah, whatever he throws at me, whatever he tells me, I have something else to say to him to like turn this around. And yeah, that's what's going here. And by the way, like when this happened, like my mom, of course, she's there, and she like gets a little confused. Like, what am I really talking about? Like, first I talk about I want to do video editing, but then I have to do, but then I have this dream. Like, what's really going on? Like, she's seriously like confused, and like my somewhere like around there, my dad is also somewhere confused. But like there's a miscommunication, of what's really happening. So like I tell him like I make it clear to them that what's really what my plan is, that it's to make money with video editing, and that is going to fund my dream. Okay, of course it needs money. So yeah, I'm gonna have to like fund my dream on my own. And they found it like so stupid, and it is ridiculous. Since it's so much ridiculous, they're looking at them at each other, and they start laughing. They start laughing like, what the fuck is he talking about? Right? We're like to each other start laughing. And I'm sitting here. I'm not laughing. At first I'm not laughing. But then I'm thinking like, yeah, this is it. This is how everybody is going to react to my dream. That it is so ridiculous, it's so stupid, so big, ridiculously big, and it seems so much impossible, and he thinks that he can do it. In some way it's funny, and I realize it that it's how it is. So I'm like, okay, you know what, laugh at I laugh at me. Like I'm thinking to myself, by the way, okay, laugh. And I'm gonna share those laugh as well, like yeah, go laugh at it. Because in my mind I know that it's gonna happen. Okay, and everybody who thinks that it's impossible, And what is he talking about? Go ahead. Keep thinking that way. Go ahead, be my guest. Keep thinking that way, and I'll prove you wrong. By the way, there's nothing like, it's not like I'm seeing my parents as my enemy. No, I'm not seeing them as my enemy or anything. But like, I just know the reality. The reality is this. Like, this is just how it is. Okay. So like I told you before that like this dream that I have, it requires me to be like physically really strong, and my dad is like, okay, like, huh, you're really gonna pull that off, huh? You can't even do a pull up, a single pull up. How many push ups can you do? And I tell him, and now like I know what's about to happen. Okay, and first I'm thinking that I've 30 push-ups. Like if you have seen the IShowSpeed video, right? If you have seen the IShowSpeed video, the I mentioned that I can barely do 30 push-ups. Like by the time I reach 30, I'm dying by the time I reach 30. So at that time, like I'm thinking like 30, and I've been at this 30 for very long, for so long that I have like I've tried to cross this 30. Got to 35, but then I stopped training again, and then I got back to 30. But like at this moment, I can hardly do 25 push-ups. It has been that much long since I last trained, and at this point I can hardly do 25 push-ups. But I'm like, you know, to prove him something, just for that sake, to like prove him something that I got something in me, I'm gonna say 40. So I go like 40. I can do 40, and he's like, oh, you can do 40, and I know exactly what's about to happen. So he asked me, so do it, show me if you can do 40. And your boy got up, got down in the push-up position, started doing push-ups, and this time there was no, right now, like there is no adrenaline 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 there's no adrenaline. Okay, it's pure raw sheer will. It's just sheer will, and I'm like doing 40 push-ups. I get to 40. By the time I reach 40, I'm dying. But I'm like, I'm gonna do like one or two more extra, and then they're like, we're not gonna do that. Like my mom is like, okay, stop. Oh. And my dad also goes, okay, fine, get out. So yeah, that happened. That really happened. But then after this, it was already beyond 10 p.m. I think it was 10:15, 10:20 p.m. Okay, it was getting late as well, and yeah, the conversation had to end some way. So I'm like, yeah, so the conversation just sort of ended. Okay, it just ended after that. Let's just say it ended. Okay, my mom told me something, and my dad just went quiet. He did not have anything to say because he tried his best. He tried. He threw every argument at me, and there were some arguments where I could not say, but like most of the time I had something to turn it around and keep the conversation going. So I was not backing down either, and my dad has sort of given up, and it's like okay, my mom is telling me something. Okay, so yeah, that's sort of like where it ended. So I sort of ended. I got up. I went to the bathroom because I was about to cry too hard. Right, I was about to cry too hard, and like I went to the bathroom and I cried a little bit, like a little bitch. Yeah, and like this is the only time, when I face my dad and I have to face this fear. Like he sort of traumatized me since childhood. So like this is the only thing that makes me cry. There's nothing else. I've seen like so in the past few years. There has been so many things that could that put me in this situation, and it's so hard for me. But I'm like, this is nothing compared to the trauma that I have with my dad. But like, yeah, I'm crying in the bathroom, and then like sort of get done with it. I'm not gonna cry too much, of course not. And then the next day, let's just go to the next day. Okay, then I just went to sleep. My mom and dad went to sleep, and then the next day, I woke up early, of course. My dad, of course. So the thing is that the thing that happens is like, of course, after last night, there's no way there's like I can talk to my dad. Okay, it is gonna be so much awkward to just talk like normal after what happened last night. So I'm not like saying anything to dad. Not even a good morning. I could have said a good morning, but no, not even good morning, and that just pissed dad off. And that is like, my dad is like, okay, it's silent treatment now, Cold War again. Here it is, Teen Rebellion 2.0. The Cold War has begun officially. With my mom, by the way, with my mom, I went to my mom. I said good morning to my mom because it's easier with my mom. But with my dad, well, yeah. So what now? Well, my dad is not talking to me, and my mom. When my dad left for work, my mom came to me and asked me like, "What is it?" So just explain me to me. What are you doing? What are you talking about? What is your plan for the future, sort of? And I try to explain her everything, how AI is gonna take her jobs, and it's really important to just sort of adapt with AI and not. And like do this job because this job is also going to give me some experience as well, so stuff like that. And she's not listening to any of that. So, and then like she asked me like, why are you doing this? Like, shouldn't you, what is it like in your college, do you not get any placements there? I'm like, yeah, there might be some placements, but like can't you, she asked me like, can't you just do something that that someone has already done? And then it hit me that, okay, oh, that's what it is about. Because if my parents had known someone who never went to college and still somehow managed to be successful, they might have thought about it that, okay, maybe college is like really useful, really useless, and he, like, whatever he's thinking, maybe he can do it, whatever it is. Okay, like if there was a person before me. So here's the thing. I'm the first person. I'm the first person who's gonna make it big without a college degree in hand. I have to do this revolution, I guess, for the future generations in my family, that look at this person. He dropped out of college and still came out successful. That's your boy. Okay, I'm gonna be that guy. Okay? So yeah. So then when she asked me, can't you just do something that has somebody has already done it? Can't you just go like that? Like somebody in your industry has already done it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, mom. I totally understand that. But like here's the thing, mom, here's the thing. I don't want to do something because it was done by someone before and they proved that it can be done. No, I want to find my own way and do it my way. Okay, that's how it is. And she is not understanding anything, of course not. She's not even listening, probably. She does not care because I'm talking stupid. She just thinks that I'm talking stupid. One day they're gonna know. One day they're gonna know that I was not talking stupid. I had a plan in my mind. I went through it and I did it. One day they're gonna understand. So yeah, when my mom was having this conversation with me, she and I came to this agreement that um I have 2 months of summer vacation from my college. We are not going to, like, my mom and my dad, they are not going to, like, my dad is not going to pay the college fee until July. Okay, and I have time until July ends. Okay, because in August college second year will start, and if until then I can do something. If I can do something, like I can try to, like, I do this job and I get somewhere with this job, then we'll see. But it's not really like that in their mind. Okay, what they think is that they're gonna send me to college one way or another. They're gonna send me to college, but for these 2 months, okay, let him do whatever he wants. Okay, because he's going college either ways. And in my mind, I'm saying like, I'm dropping out of college either ways. Okay, one way or another, I'm dropping out. Then about the Cold War with my dad. Let's talk about that. So right now, here's the thing. Right now, things between me and my dad are good. Okay, but like how the things became good. Let's talk about that. Right. So he's not talking to me. Of course not. Like that's how we took it. That's how it all started with me not saying good morning to him. Okay, the next morning after the 24 minutes. Yeah, it all started with that. And so after that, when that happened and he stopped talking to me, and there's no way that I'm gonna make it more awkward, right? Don't want to go through this awkward. Yeah, but like eventually. So what happens like 2 3 days later, still I have not talked to my dad and my mom. Yeah, she's not liking it. My mom, she's not liking that there has been a crack between her husband and her son, and yeah, she's not liking it, and she's asking like, just talk to your dad. I don't care, just do something, talk to your dad. And I'm like, okay, 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 let's do something about it. So what I do is that 2 3 days later, right at night, I was like, let's watch Punisher special presentation. There was like a special episode of the Punisher. So I'm like, let's watch that. Okay, because like me and my dad, and my mom as well, we watched Daredevil, the Netflix series Daredevil together. We watched all those 3 seasons together. My dad loved it, and my mom, she was like feeling it. She was in that series. She was like all there. So like I enjoyed this time with my dad. Okay, it happened last year. Okay, and then we watched the Punisher. Okay, because like the Daredevil season 2, there was a character Punisher, and it had the spin-off, the Punisher, right? So we watched that as well, and then we watched the Daredevil Born Again as well. So and then we watched the Daredevil Born Again season 2 just a couple days ago. So I'm like, okay, let's watch the Punisher special presentation. That one last kill, yeah. Punisher one last kill, yeah. That special episode. I'm like, let's watch that. So I go up to my dad. I ask him, Dad, do you want to watch the Punisher? And he's like, uh, how many episodes are there? And I'm like, yeah, there's only one. And he does not really say anything. After that, he just goes quiet. And I'm like, okay, let's just put it on. He's gonna come here on his own. Yeah, when I put it on, he came, he sat down. He just is not talking to me, by the way. My mom is also, she also came in. We watched the Punisher episode. There's just so much blood in it that my mom had to leave because she cannot handle this much blood, right? So she just sort of left. She was only in there for the plot. She all she cared about is was the plot, the storyline of what's going on here, right? So yeah, we watched that, and then yeah, after it ended, yeah, my dad did not talk to me. I did not talk to him either. And then the next morning, I had to leave. I had to go back to college because there were two more exams I had to do. Like I have already skipped one exam. I missed one exam, so like I don't know what's the point. But and like my parents, they want me to do this exam, okay, because they have paid. My dad has paid money for it, so like yeah, I have to leave for this exam, and I go like in the early morning. My dad, he he was out, so he came back on his bike, and when I see him, he's like, good mornings, sir. And I say like, good morning, you know and then I sat on his back, and he took me to the pull to the bus stand, bus station, in the bus stop, the bus stop. He took me to the bus stop and on the bike, right? And then uh, he's waiting there, and he's not talking to me. Like he would say something, but he's not saying anything to me. He's not talking. So yeah, he's not talking to me, and I don't have anything to say to him either. So when the bus arrives and we see, okay, yeah, it's going to the destination where I have to go. So I go, okay, Dad. So I went down, like he to touch his feet, and he gave me his blessing, and he's like, okay, safe journey. That's all. That's the whole interaction between me and my dad there. And like I know Forget it. Anyways, so now what? I went there. I did the exams. I fucked those exams. Obviously, I did not study at all. I know. Okay, I know how bad that is. But yeah, I just fucked those exams and like, fuck it. I went there in the examination hall. I'm writing just makeup stories. I'm freestyling in those exams. Okay, freestyling. Whatever comes to my mind, I'm just there writing. About those exams. Okay, then and then after the two exams they were done, I came back home and I brought all of my stuff that I had left in the hostel room. Yeah, I brought all of it with myself back. Okay, and it was so much stuff. I had so much trouble to pack all of it, and then to bring all of that stuff back here with me. It was so much problem, so much trouble. But I just brought everything back with me. Okay, so and like because of course I have no intention to go back there, right? So I'm like, let's just bring all everything back. Yeah, I just brought everything back. Okay, and after that, when I came back home, I saw like first I saw mom because my dad was sleeping, and my mom. I'm like, okay, mom, here, touch your feet. She was like, yes, blessing. And an hour or 2 hours later, my dad woke up, and then I went to him and touched his feet, and that's where like sort of like things became normal. Like everything's normal now. Like it's all good. So yeah. So after that, he's like just talking fine to me. Okay, after that, the next day like things became normal. Okay, now yeah, we're laughing together as well. Everything is fine. Everything's going around. And he just told me that, okay, whatever your deal with your mom is, okay, whatever deal you made with your mom, cool. You have 2 months, do whatever you want, and yeah, we'll see after that. I'm like, okay, great. He has accepted. Yeah, so now everything is great. But there is one more thing. Let's talk about that. That's important. It's important. It's about the job. Okay. So let's go back to the day when I did like 24 May 2026, right? Let's go back on that day. So the next day, 25 May, or maybe it was 26 May, 26 May 2026, the person who hired me, he was like, you do not use the same software as we do, and it is like really hard to make this balance with these softwares. So like because of this reasons we cannot move forward with you. And this is one of those things which is like, if you want, when you think that things will go in a way where like you want them to go, right, they won't go. And yeah, exactly, the things are not going the way I want them to. And I'm like, what do I do? Adapt? Yes, adapt. So what do I do? Learn those new softwares, those other softwares. Yeah. So I asked them that, okay, what if I just learn these new softwares, right? I would need a week or two, and but then we will be on the same page after that. A few minutes later, like it took them to like think it over a few minutes, and like before they had straight up told me that we cannot give you this job. Right after I told my dad and like told them that I want to do this job and quit college. Right after that, they were like, we can't give you this job. But when I told them that I would just learn these new softwares, and they were like, okay, well, it's great if you can do that. Okay, we'll be happy to make you part of the team. And I'm like, perfect. That's all I needed. So, but well, by the way, I said like a week, right? Week or two, like that means it's around 10 days max. That was like on 26th May. So just think it over five. And I went back to them like yesterday. Okay, like between there, it was June 4. June 4, I told them, they asked me actually. They sent me a message that how is the learning going, and I'm like, I would need it another day or two to like make sure that I am comfortable with these new softwares. And then I couldn't get it done in 2 days. Yesterday I sent them like message that now we can move forward, and they did not reply at all. Okay, they did not reply. Like all day just went by, and then today I was like following up because like, hey, did you see my message? What do you think? Are we gonna move forward? And then a few minutes later, they were like, okay, tomorrow I will let you know. Now listen to me, because there is a very high chance that they might be like not interested to move forward with me anymore, and like this is like really hard. There's I think there's like a very high chance that they're gonna be like, okay, we cannot move forward with you, sorry. And then I would have to walk away from this job. But like right now, what I think is that they might not be interested in moving forward with me anymore. So sort of like maybe I lost the job. Okay, there's also a chance that they will be like, okay, we can do something, we can manage. Okay, let's move forward with you. Like, okay, it can. There's a chance that they might move forward with me, so that there's no knowing. Okay, and like, but like tomorrow when I get the answer, I'm just gonna pin the comment, the top comment. You will just know. Yeah, if I got the job, I will just say, yeah, I got the job. It's done. And if I did not get the job, I will be like, okay, we have we I have to make another plan. So there's that. Yeah. So yeah. By the way, I will make another video updating you guys on Teen Rebellion 2.0. It will be the second another update, basically a second update when it is confirmed. And it is confirmed that everything worked out. And yeah, of course it's gonna work out. Okay, one way or another. Even if I get this job, even if they are like, even if they are like, we cannot give you this job, I will find some other way, and I will find some another way, and I will just do it. Okay, I will just somehow convince my parents to let me leave this college, because I cannot stay here anymore. I have to leave this because, like, I remember this the promise that I made in January on January 1, 2026, when the year started, and yeah, there's a video you can watch. This one right here. At the end of this video, I said that I'm gonna change my life in 2026, and it's gonna happen. Yeah. So yeah, I have to change my life in 2026. I'm gonna change this life. Okay, I'm gonna completely change everything. This year it has to happen, and it is gonna happen in the next 2 months. In these 2 months, June and July, it's gonna happen in here in these 2 months. Everything. So yeah. And by the way, just so you know, I'm gonna reveal my dream. But my dream is real soon. Okay, just be patient. I will make a video about the dream reveal. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's no one, seriously, there's no one watching this video right now except one person I know who's gonna click on this video, who might click on this video. So, like, I know there's no one watching this video, but, like, okay, in the future, yeah, I'm talking to the future guys, actually. Future, when I'm already famous, everybody knows me. So, like, yeah, I'm talking to you guys. So, just so you know, uh, there might be a video where I have revealed my dream. If you want to watch that, actually I would prefer you don't watch it. But like if you want to, yeah, it's there. It's gonna be public, so just you can go watch that video. Go ahead, knock yourself out. So yeah, like right now, like I'm talking to no one. Nobody is watching this video right now. Seriously, damn. Anyways, so yeah, the dream reveal. Like I'm gonna reveal this dream that I have very soon. Hey, wait. Should I reveal the date, exact date? I think yeah. Since nobody's watching, yeah. 3 July 2026. I'm gonna put this video out there where I reveal my dream. Okay. So yeah, whoever listened to that, keep an eye on it for 3 July 2026. Just if you want to know, just in case if you want to know what my ridiculous big dream is, there you have it. Anyways, And this video is so long, I know, but I don't even think that anybody made it this far. If you did, I love you. Seriously. Yeah. Thanks for supporting me. I love you. Anything else I want to say? Is there anything else I want to say? So yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And subscribe to the channel if you think like if you want to subscribe, yeah, like, subscribe. That will help me a lot. I mean, I only got 7 subscribers right now, and these 7 subscribers, I don't even know who these 7 people are anymore. Like some of these are my friends. Yeah, of course. Like I think yeah, all of these are my friends. Yeah. So if a random person, if you have, you know, if you're interested, a random person on the internet, if you found me relatable or something, please just subscribe. Like okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say please. No. If you like me, and if you think that I'm worth your time, subscribe. If you think I'm not worth your time, don't subscribe. It's alright. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.